let's check out this video. We're gonna give it a thumbs up. People are already kind of liking the video already, so that's a good sign. Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, my name is Nyx and welcome to my YouTube channel. Rejoice Hunters, not only do we finally have a release date for Monster Hunter Wilds, but we also have been given a 4th trailer and 30 minutes of additional gameplay set in the Scarlet Forest. There were also some very interesting interviews from the devs full of new information.
Perfect.
In this video,
that's what we're here for.
To decipher it all together. I'll also try to show you some of the things you might have missed and comment about stuff I noticed from other recent Monster Hunter Wilds footage.
Sweet.
If you're searching for a link or a specific piece of information and want to jump directly to your favorite topic, feel free to use the timestamps I listed in the video description below. And now, without further ado, let's dive in. Wait. Before going forward, I would like to know who had the idea to let Gunlance users play PvE. Like, seriously, Capcom. I know you announced big explosions, but this is not okay. This is not okay, especially if you're standing so far away with a light bowgun.
And then you just get absolutely cucked.
Okay.
That last one was crazy. They were kind of far too. This one was crazy.
Far away with a light bowgun. Okay. Now that we have mentioned the elephant in the room, I can focus on my video. What did we learn from the TGS gameplay footage? Firstly, the game seemed much smoother than when I played it at Gamescom. This is a 60 FPS, almost stable, on a PS5.
Ooh, that's good.
Be very optimistic.
Hopefully we get really good optimization on the PC as well. I know Monster Hunter World's release whenever it first came out, and I think Monster Hunter Rise 2 had a little bit of optimization issues. So I'm hoping the the PC works very good too.
About the game's performances on PC. When we open up the Windward Plains map, we are presented with a menu of different monsters, all with different levels indicated by stars. Please note that the same monster can spawn in the same locale during an expedition. And more interestingly, the rewards. They have different colors, and it's hard to miss that they look like decorations.
Yep.
It doesn't take rocket science to determine that RNG farms for decos is back.
They're back, yep.
Note that they all have a question mark on the top left, but one of them has a sword on the top
I kind of like it. I like the RNG style.
I wonder what this was all about. A few days ago, I remember reading a translation of the game developer's interview from Reddit. You can find the links in the description. When asked the following, although we can carry 2 different weapons, the equipment on our character seems to fit only one of them. Won't this affect the usage rate of the other weapon?
Yeah, and this is one thing that I actually made a video about. Depending on how they set this up with decorations and all that other good stuff and just loadouts, it's gonna depend on what weapons I use. It's gonna literally vary. It's gonna change everything on how I play the game.
Tokuda answered, "We've made adjustments so that attack-related skills are equipped directly on the weapon. When you switch weapons, the skills equipped on that weapon will automatically activate.
Okay.
Additionally, you can adjust your skill combination with accessories to make it so that when switching weapons, the equipment will adjust to the other weapon type as well."
Okay. Well, that's quite interesting. So the attack skills are going to be on the weapons themselves. Does that mean like maybe your weapon is going to have more decoration slots where you can slide in things? Like for me, if I'm using a switch axe, I would use something like power prolonger, or I would use rapid morph, or whatever it may be called in this game. So does that mean that maybe that is on the weapons to ease me switching them, I guess?
When switching weapons, the equipment will adjust to the other weapon type as well.
It's very interesting.
In another interview given to the Italian media Multiplayer, they were also asked a similar question. Here is the dev's answer. The first very important thing to know is that the attack-related skills, the ones we can call offensive, have been moved from the armor pieces to the weapon itself.
Okay.
This means that once you have them directly on the weapon, even if you switch weapons, you will find yourself with a new weapon that already has all the attack-related skills.
Okay, well that's really badass.
Essentially, you will not find yourself with offensive skills that are blocked by the armor you are wearing or the weapon you have removed.
That's really good. Now, it all depends on what do they deem as offensive skills. Maybe something rapid, like rapid morph, wouldn't necessarily be considered a offensive skill. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they just mean attack, crit boost, crit damage, or not. Weakness exploit, things like that. Maybe those are going to be your attack or your offensive things. I don't know.
By the armor you are wearing or the weapon you have removed. The second big thing is that we have overhauled the entire decoration system in general, the jewelry, to allow for a more flexible customization system in terms of different
Well, I mean, that's pretty cool.
The weapon swapping always made me curious as someone who would enjoy playing both with ranged and melee during my Monster Hunter Wilds playthrough. And of course, the current skill system wouldn't have allowed me to do that.
Right, it wouldn't translate.
Sets would have been not enjoyable at all.
Nope.
Playing longsword with a bare minimum of skills is doable. However, bowguns need quite a lot of skills plus theory crafting to be playable. For instance, on Monster Hunter World Iceborne's, we had mods that could be equipped on our weapons to adjust them.
Yep.
Each mod is free, can be swapped out at any time at the smithy or on your box. It can stack. These mods were adjusting, amongst other things, the recoil and the reload of the bowguns, the damage at close long range, the crit range, etc. All that was left to build on our sets was other essential skills such as ammo up through spare shots, increasing the damage dealt by the ammo type you wish to play, let's say pierce or spread up or elemental. And after you're done with this, you could go into the more...
So looking at this here, the offensive things would probably be critical boost, weakness exploit. I don't know, maybe peak performance would be one. Piercing shots would definitely be one. So I wonder if it works like that. Do you just, man, I'm so curious of how it's going to look. Like, do you have 5 different decorations to put on your weapon? Do you have more? I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
All hunters need, such as crit boost, wex, attack boost, etc. In Rise Sunbreak, the only mods available were the silencer or the long barrel, impacting the critical distance. Quick reload and recoil had to be equipped as decos along with ammo up, true spare shot, rapid fire up. You also had quote-unquote rampage decos that had dedicated slots on the weapon. I would assume that the new deco system is a mix of all of that. My next question would be, what exactly will be considered offensive skills and how many of them can we equip on our weapon?
Yep,
in most cases,
my exact question too.
A little bit optimized is full of them. We all struggle to get our attack boost, wex, crit boost, crit eye, resentment, peak performance, challenger, etc. decorations or charms. Just think about the builds from Sunbreak. The list of offensive skills present on each one
are wild. There's so many.
Would this mean that we will have maybe less offensive skills than in previous generations? About the space available,
like maybe do they combine some
jewels? I think it is reasonable to imagine it like the Monster Hunter World Iceborne Lightbowgun HBG mod systems, or even more simple, the current armor system. The more you go up in the rarity of your weapon, the more slots you will have to put your offensive skills in. This translates perfectly the dev's intention to have the player exploring the environment freely without having to go back to the main camp to change weapons. It is, in a way, the guiding lens system, but this time really optimized for a seamless experience.
Man, this looks cool.
The devs refer to it as the seamless quest creation.
I like that secret too. I think that's the DLC.
It was confirmed that the
not DLC, but the bigger.
Back, meaning the quest can be selected at the quest counter.
God, what is it called? Pre-order package.
We could say it's a much more unpredictable and chaotic interpretation than anything we've done in the past, but it's just one of the ways you can experience the game. One can simply go to the quest counter and choose the relevant mission, but one can above all select a particular weather condition. Players
Wow.
are in fact free to consult a sort of weather forecast and then let their hunter rest and let the clock run until that very specific moment.
Wow.
The devs
Wow.
also confirmed the
That's
return
cool.
of 16-player lobbies.
That's huge. That is huge. We all loved it in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. We love the big lobbies. It's cool to just have a lot of people. So this must also mean, okay, this is speculation, but this must also mean that they're probably open to having different siege modes, right? Because you think of someone like AT, Colt Roth, you had 16 people, but you had to leave in 4 or groups of 4. But everyone that was in there can participate, and everyone who participated added more to the progress of the run itself, which ended up giving you more weapons or armor pieces or whatever. Or in that case, I guess those weapons. So that's something to think about there.
Keeping the social elements that are so core to the series. Other additions, our hunter will also now max out its stamina and HP every time you consume a well-done steak, making this item finally useful even in late game.
That's really good. That's really good. If you're like me and you've played any Monster Hunter game, you don't use well-done steaks really, like, ever. But the fact that you can now consume them and they give you health and stamina, that's a really good change. That's a really, really good change. It's gonna make it's gonna make it be used more. It's gonna just give it more quality. It's kind of cool. I like it.
We now have some indication on how our weapons sharpness will be displayed.
So I guess, actually, one more pause. Sorry. So I guess with the healing of the well-done steak, does that mean potions are gonna look a little different? Like maybe you don't have the regular potion and max potion. I mean, I guess we did see those in the trailer, but it just makes me think, wouldn't those things now be irrelevant if you have a well-done steak? Or I guess the potions probably, you consume them faster.
How our weapons sharpness will be displayed. Thanks to my friend Shinkrai, who animated this, we're able to understand a few things here. It will be easier for players to understand how many hits you have for each of the available levels of sharpness on the weapon, which is indicated by a vertical yellow marker. Personally, I think this is a great addition and will help a lot of players understanding,
especially for me with the switch axe. It's very helpful.
Another interesting thing we all noticed is that there will be no loading screen in between maps.
Yeah, that was awesome.
The hunter transitioned from the Windward Plains to the Scarlet Forest in a seamless way, and his first encounter is Lalabarina. When Lalabarina turns her abdomen into a rose, she spreads some red flowers or pollen clouds that can build up paralysis.
So yeah, I mean, when we look at they just showed the menu here. Sorry.
Pollen clouds that
right here. They obviously have a potion there. Would you just replace that with the well-done steak?
Can build up paralysis. We now have a status build-up and duration indicator above our health bar. The red clouds from Lalabarina can be destroyed when they're hit once with a ranged weapon or maybe any projectile, and she can also instantly paralyze you if she lands her stinging hits.
So fast too.
If you allowed me, I would like to go back maybe now to the trailer, which is heavily story focused and shows us the members of the Astrum Expedition Unit. And after a while, we discover a new Apex that is also present in the TGS footage. The Utduna is a monstrously huge Leviathan-type monster.
This thing is massive.
Only be encountered during the Scarlet Forest's downpour inclemency states.
Got it. So that's why you want to control the weather, because it is going to control the type of monster you're going to be getting. So maybe some monsters only come when it's nighttime and it's raining, then you'll get them.
That periodically occurs in the region.
And I like that too. It's kind of like how Pokemon works. There's certain Pokemon you can catch in the day, certain you can catch at the night. It just makes it kind of cool.
I am honestly a big fan of its refreshing design. It has bright colors and very goofy belly attacks. Speaking of its attacks, it seems we'll avoid fighting it in the water, as it tends to spam AoEs inflicting water blights.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Please note how the hunter here goes on the shore in order to avoid dealing with the monster's water attacks. The Uduna can use the moisture and its own bodily fluids to create a protective veil around itself. When it does that, we can notice that the damage numbers appear in a different way, as
They're blue,
its
yeah.
membrane was absorbing some of our damage, softening incoming blows. Will it be possible for us to get rid of its coating if we use a specific element, like fire or thunder? Hopefully we'll learn this soon enough, and
I like that.
I'm sure all the melee users will be delighted to have an Amiel 2.0. Then comes the Chemetris, a brute wyvern looking like a chicken glavinus living in the windward plains.
I think this is my favorite
Its
monster
name
that
is
they've
the
announced.
contraction of burn in Spanish, and forgive my pronunciation, but I think it's quemar. And Cockatrice, a mythical beast which was first mentioned in the 14th century in an English Bible translation.
That's awesome.
It had the ability to kill people just by looking at them, touching them, or breathing on them.
Holy crap.
On the Wild's website, it is said that the Chemetris spreads a flammable substance, then ignites it by dragging its tail along the ground. In the last gameplay footage, we saw the hunter luring it towards him after using a lure pod, showing us how we can interact with
A
the
lure
windward
pod
plains
is what
to
it's
our
called, okay.
advantage during the hunt. Chemetris got ganged up on by a group of Taliot, meaning turf wars will no longer be only between big monsters, but also for the smaller ones.
I love that, man. It's
Overall,
very
Chemetris
fast.
looks like a very cute low-rank monster, quite mischievous and aggressive despite its size. We were all wondering about Monster Hunter Wild's flagship. Guys, it's here, the Arkveld. We don't know much about it except how it looks and that it plays a central
It
role
looks
in Monster
crazy.
Hunter Wild's story. Indeed, Nata, the child in the trailer, had a traumatic encounter with the White Wraith. Design-wise, it has unique chain-like appendages extending from its wings. It's covered
It's like
in white
God of
fur
War.
and has two big horns around its face. Some people are saying it's an elder dragon. In my opinion, it's too early to say that.
I
The one
mean,
thing that
it only
tells me
it only makes sense to be an elder dragon. I know it doesn't necessarily have to because different flagships aren't, but just the way that this thing looks, to me, it just makes sense that it's only an elder dragon.
that Arkveld is not an elder dragon is this interview of director Yuya Tokuda. When
Because you
asked
can
the question-
catch non-elder dragons. This thing does not look like you can catch it. I don't think this thing's gonna go into a pitfall trap.
The monsters announced so far seem to be more standard types. Will there be elder dragons in this game? His answer was, this time our focus is not on elder dragons, but on themes that include both nature and human influence. We want to express the diversity of the environment.
So does this mean we're not gonna see the common Teostra, Kushala? Like, we're not gonna see those guys? If so, I mean, I do kind of like that. It changes the game and it makes you not fight the same guys like that. I like the idea of that.
Since it's not essential to have elder dragons for the game's theme, we decided during development which monster types would be included. After reading this, I really heavily doubt the flagship monster will be an elder dragon. Especially
true.
since elders have the
I mean,
characteristic to
it does
be
say it.
alone in the maps they spawn into and affect the weather so much. How having the flagship monster being an elder dragon display the dev's intention to show, quote-unquote, the diversity of the environment to the players. The only thing we know from the trailer is that Arkveld is attacking the two apexes revealed so far, so Raydal and Utduna. What is interesting to me is why he's doing that. I will not talk about lore related things in this video that go too deep. However, if you want me in the future to cover things like this, let me know in the comments.
Absolutely.
Last but not least, we have two of my favorite old gen monsters returning, Yankutku and Kongalala. I hunted them both in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which was my first Monster Hunter. They're a good representation of how goofy the old games were, and I am so happy if the dev managed to translate that in 60 FPS. So far, we unfortunately have no in-game footage of Yankutku. We were only blessed by a plethora of Kutkus, 15 to be more exact, in the last part of the trailer.
Oh yeah, I see them flying and stuff too.
Cut that I'm gonna show you right now. So instead, and in order to give you an idea on how it looks in-game, let me show you some 4
Monster Hunter 4, yeah.
Yankutku is a bird wyvern from first generation.
Using the glaive, I like it.
To meet the Firebird back on For You, as said before, and it was love at first sight. It's definitely a great early monster to get used to the game, but also turned out to be a complete nightmare.
It's very annoying.
On steroids, Yankutku used to be even more dangerous than the Apex Rejang 140 due to its speed and chip damage. It had quite a funny personality, runs everywhere, it's loud and clumsy. I'm sure a lot of
it's mad annoying.
Personally, I'm very happy to see him back in high res, and I hope people will enjoy fighting him as much as I did. The second returning monster is none other than Kongalala. Maybe you've heard about him already if you play with old gen hunters.
Oh yeah, the old stink monkey.
Is literally nasty. Its main thing is to either fart on you, throw dung at you, fart again, blow his disgusting breath on you, or smash you with his belly. But guess what? We all love fighting it. Yes, we do. It seems they managed to recreate his original movesets for MH Wilds, and it looks absolutely stunning. I mean, just watch this. Kongalala's main gimmick is to eat mushrooms. Depending on their type, he will perform different attacks. When consuming, let's say, a nitro shroom, he will have a fire breath.
Yep.
When consuming a toxic
they showed the fire on the trailer.
When he's not eating mushrooms, he manages to fart on you, and you will be afflicted by the stench statues. When you are, you will be unable to use any consumables, such as health potions, for instance, before using a deodorant first. This can lead to very unfortunate deaths, such as the following. Oh my god!
What are you doing? Your health!
Wait, I can get health from the tail. I've got hacks.
The good fart right there.
Wait, I can get help in Nick's suspensions.
They're bad. Like, it's a thing.
That's unfortunate.
No, the inanimate Kongalala. What if it's not? You don't know.
What? Did he fart on me?
It's so unfortunate.
I was attacking it. How did I die?
Hey, there's Gog right there, guys.
He literally farted on you.
Oh, and be careful. It does panic farts whenever trapped in a vine pit trap. It surprises me still to this day. Just stay away from its butt, guys. Just stay away from it.
It's the best thing. It's the safest thing.
It's on this funny note that I will end this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Maybe you learned some new things.
Absolutely.
If you did, don't forget to let me know in the comments.
Absolutely.
Leave a like. And if you want to see more, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free, it helps the channel a lot, and in case you change
we will be doing that
100%. Anytime.
100%.
This was Nyx.
And I would recommend you guys to definitely sub to Nyx. Nyx, wow, what a video. What a video that she did so well. So definitely getting a follow out of me. We're definitely liking that video. Wow. Yeah, good video. Thank you. Okay. So next, I mean, this answered my question about this here. It would be cool to see some longsword great play or gameplay. But they talked about the decos and how that works with 2 weapons. But Nink's already covered that for me. So that one we're not going to be taking a peek at. We will give it a thumbs up though, because big shout out to Dear Gamer. I will watch this, of course, offline. But I'm not going to rewatch something that I generally kind of watched, I guess I should say.